Why is this session so relevant right now? You may have heard the term the Great Resignation a lot in the last few years. In the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, an unprecedented number of people have undergone career transitions. Let's look at some of the statistics. As of March of 2022, 44% of workers were looking for a new job. The quit rate in the US reached a 20-year high in November of 2021. Luckily, most people who have found new jobs are earning more money, have more opportunities for advancement, and have more flexibility to choose when they work. Think about your career goals. This chart shows 4 overlapping circles that represent elements many people find a career rewarding. You should consider whether a potential career is something you love to do, is an area you've developed skills or expertise, is something that you get paid enough to do, and is something that the world needs. It may not be realistic or even desirable for you to find a career where all of these elements are perfectly balanced. For example, you may be at a point in your life where what I get paid for is the most important thing to you or your family. So your interests, strengths, or the world's needs may not be as important. Only you can determine the right balance between these goals, or if these are even the right motivators for your own career path. The next activity will help you get a better understanding of why behind your career by looking back at some of the meaningful experiences you've had at work. Here are 4 key things that you can do to strengthen your resume. 1, choose a professional format. 2, highlight your skills and accomplishments. 3, use specific examples and measurable details. And 4, tailor your resume to fit the specific job description. I'll explain each of these in a bit more detail. Hiring managers generally only spend a few seconds glancing over a resume to decide which ones are worth a second look. So make sure your resume looks professional, organized, and easy to read. One easy way to make sure your resume looks professional is to choose a pre-designed resume template. You can find these on writing applications like Google Docs or Word. You can also purchase a resume template from a designer or design your own. Your resume is not supposed to be a comprehensive list of all the jobs you've ever had. Instead, it should showcase the skills and accomplishments that will make the employer want to contact you for an interview. But hiring managers need to see the skills and accomplishments that are most relevant to the job that you're applying for. And they'll likely also want to know the most recent work experience you have. So put the most recent work experience first. Don't be afraid to eliminate jobs from your resume that aren't relevant to the one that you're applying for. At the same time, if you've done other activities like part-time jobs or volunteer work that are closely related to the job you're applying for, or given you skills that would also help at that job, include them. What specifically have you done and how has it impacted your coworkers, your team, or the company? The example on the right shows a section of a resume listing an employee's experience from a previous job. It lists managed team, trained new employees, ran meetings effectively, and sold more than sales target. How could they have made this section more specific? One way to show this is to cite specific examples from your previous experience. Describe specific projects you worked on, improvements you made, processes you developed, or goals you attained. Describe the quality of the work you've done in the past and show how it relates to what you could provide to the employer at the new job. The second way is to use measurable details, whenever possible, to quantify the work that you did. For example, you might say that you increased sales at your current job. But what does that actually mean? Did you increase sales from 1 widget to 2 widgets per month, or from 1 widget to 1 million widgets? Show your impact in numbers wherever possible. This is also a great place to add any awards or recognition that you receive. These show how other people have viewed your accomplishments. Many businesses use screening or applicant tracking software to narrow the pile of possible candidates before a manager even looks at them. These computer programs scan the resumes for keywords that are in the job description. If those words don't appear often enough in the resume, or if the skills you highlight don't match the job description, the program determines that the person is not a good candidate for the position. Even if the employer is not using applicant tracking software, people also tend to scan resumes for keywords. You'll be most successful when your resume matches the language of a job description. You can also give yourself real-life experience in the field or job you want to pursue. One way to do this is to ask to volunteer or shadow someone who's already working in a job or industry you want to enter. Or if you find a project at your current job that's outside of your area of expertise, you can volunteer to take it on. Perhaps your retail manager sent out an email asking for sales associates to perform some data analysis about the duration of time customers who make a purchase spend in the store compared to those who don't. This could allow you to explore your interest in data analytics. You can also spend time speaking to people. Ask your friends to introduce you to people working in the career or field you're interested in. A more structured way to do this is called an informational interview. You can send an email to request an informational interview. In your email, you should state your request in the subject line of your email. Keep it simple and clear, like informational interview request. Briefly explain your reason for reaching out to them. Perhaps a colleague recommended that you connect with them because of your shared career interests. Maybe they're an expert in their field and you'd like to ask them for career advice. Or they made a similar career change and you want to hear how they successfully made the transition. Whatever your reason, be concise and straightforward. Then ask the recipient if they might have any availability to speak or to meet with you. Ask for no more than 20 to 30 minutes of their time. Set a friendly and professional tone. You can ask to meet in person, virtually, or to speak over the phone. Let them determine the day and time. Be flexible and open. Remember, you are asking them to take time out of their busy schedule to meet with you. Finish your request by thanking them for their time and consideration. And even though this is not a job interview, it is still a good idea to either include your resume or a link to your LinkedIn profile. If the recipient does not know you, your resume or LinkedIn profile will give them an idea of who you are, your background, experience, and your professional interests. SMART is an acronym that stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. So if your goal is starting to sell real estate, your SMART goal could be getting a real estate license by March. The goal of getting a real estate license is specific. You know exactly what you need to do to meet that goal. It's measurable. You will know if you earn your license or not. It's attainable. It's in your power to research and sign up for the license exam. It's relevant. It will help you to meet your goal of becoming a real estate agent. And it's time-bound. You will earn your real estate license by March. Of course, the step of getting your real estate license can also be broken down into further SMART goals, but for now, just pick a major goal, break it into SMART goals, then return to your career plan to create smaller and smaller SMART goals.